And the runners are off. As usual, first thing we're going to see here is a trick called SJF. It's a little scan dash you can do from the back of the ship that um, allows the runners to get the alcove item with just scan visor. BajaBlood getting the scan dash. Ooh, Tryrex slipping off a little bit. And we've got a vanilla space jump. It's definitely a nice item to have early. It's one of the big movement items that allows you to traverse the game much easier. I did not see if Baja checked under the ship, so I'll have to see if Tryrex checks it. And Baja headed back, looks like just a missile. Tryrex getting the scan dash, nicely done. Gonna be picking up their space jump boots in alcove. And I did forget to check. I don't think there are any runners agreements. It doesn't look like it, so we're just going with the standard tournament settings. BajaBlood entering Chozo Ruins with Tryrex following shortly after. And looks like Morphball on the grapple edge. Baja's going to just do an R jump here. A little bit off. And he gets it. And bombs in the half pipe, so what a start. Morph bombs and space jump. That opens up quite a bit of Chozo right off the bat. Tryrex grabbing their bombs. And getting the missile launcher on the vault ledge there. Just a nothing item behind the Rune Gallery missile wall for Baja, and having bombs also is able to check the tunnel. Gets a power bomb expansion out of it. Now, power bombs aren't technically logical until they find the main power bombs, but there's nothing in the game that says that, the runners can't use them. So I'm sure BajaBlood will make use of that power bomb. And then Grapple Beam on Hive Mecha with the missile expansion behind. Baja now heading towards Vault. We'll get to see what's in there. Alright, skipping the Hive Mecha fight and also picking up Grapple. And I want to say I saw a Wave Beam in Vault. Tryrex, don't believe they picked up Morph Ball, so they can't continue through and they're going to have to backtrack here. Yes, indeed, that is Wave Beam and Vault. Tryrex going to go ahead and take a safety save here. Baja, meanwhile, looks like they're heading towards the Ruin Shrine area, and with Wave and Space Jump, they can go ahead and get Tower Chamber as well. And getting caught up with the Scan Dash there. And Tryrex went for a Warp to Start. So without Morph Ball, they can't get Frigate Crash Site, but they are able to check Artifact Temple and Transport Tunnel B at the bottom of Root Cave. Baja getting the Scan Dash this time. We'll get to see what's in Tower Chamber. We will likely not see Tower of Light because expansions, so missile expansions aren't accounted for in logic yet. So with that, Tower of Light cannot be in logic. And Baja getting Plasma from Tower Chamber. It's a very nice find. And Tryrex finding Spider at Artifact Temple. Going to be scanning the totems to get the hints here. We'll see if they choose to check them immediately or maybe a little bit further into the seed. It looks like Ice Spreader and Ruin Fountain. It's a nice quality of life item, but you know it is slightly a little long of a check, so I wouldn't be surprised if the runners decide to skip that. Baja now heading towards Watery Hall. Going to be checking the item at the top of Gathering Hall first. And just missiles. Tryrex looks like they're skipping Transport Tunnel B and just heading back into Chozo. Baja's second E-Tank in Watery Hall access. Very nice to get, you know, at least a couple E-Tanks early on. Have a little bit of extra health for safety. Baja taking a dip in the acid water here and finds X-ray visor. So Baja's going to go ahead and do the slope jump here. This slope jump's not too difficult with space jump. Without space jump, it's a little bit trickier. Tryrex now going for the Morph Ball there on Grapple Edge. Now, Baja has not gone back to Artifact Temple. So not having Spider, not going to be able to check the upper dynamo immediately. Getting rewarded with just missiles in the lower check. Tryrex just going to use the grapple beam here. Makes getting this a little bit easier. And gets the morph ball. Now I'm going to be heading into Ruin Shrine. We'll see if they choose to go to Tower Chamber to get that plasma beam. And Baja now warping to start. Going to be grabbing the Spider Ball from Artifact Temple. And we'll probably check Frigate Crash Site here as well. Tryrex getting the first C-Tank in Ruin Shrine. And Baja getting Boost Ball at Frigate Crash Site. So both Boost and Spider are fairly close to each other in Talon Overworld. Tryrex now heading towards Watery Hall. Tryrex going for a little bit of standable terrain here. And what this allows you to do is grab the item in Ruin Fountain without having to fight Flagra and use the water jet to push you up to the Spider Ball track. And it's just Ice Spreader, so looks like they're skipping it and may or may not come back to it. But, you know, it's not a big deal if they don't pick it up. And Baja choosing to check artifacts right away. So we've got Fendrana Shorelines, Lab Aether, Cargo Freight, Storage Cave, and Fungal Hull Access. Tryrex going towards Dynamo now. Probably going to be grabbing the upper Dynamo check, so we will get to see what Baja missed out on. And just missiles at the top of Dynamo. Baja going towards Transport Tunnel B. May take a detour and do Root Cave. It's with Grapple and X-Ray, it is actually in Logic. To answer a question in chat, Aether is the one that has two pickups. One in the tank and one up on the little catwalk. So the one that needs supers is Lab Hydra. Tryrex picking up their X-ray visor and lower watery hull there, and BajaBlood finding Varia suit in Arbor Chamber. And looks like Baja's deciding to go into Magmar immediately. Tryrex now climbing Gathering Hall. Gonna grab the item or the missiles up here. Decides not to. And then is now heading towards Zoid and the back of Chozo area. Now, I did not check what was on, or I didn't see what was on Fiery Shores, but I believe Baja zoomed through it, so I'm assuming just a missile. Baja going for a nice scan dash there to get across a little quicker. Has the items to do it vanilla. You just use the boost ball to raise the bridge and can walk around, but it is a bit slower. So if you know the scan dash, that's definitely a bit quicker. And Baja getting another power bomb expansion in the lower or upper Fiery Shores check. Baja's going to go ahead and grab the artifact here in Transport Tunnel A. We'll see if they continue in through Phendrana or if they go check the rest of Magmar. And looks like they are continuing into Phendrana. Yeah, with Plasma allows them to get all the checks locked behind ice. And Wave gets you a good ways through most of Phendrana. Do need ice to get out of labs and to get into far Phendrana. Nothing too useful on Zoid. Eric's going to do the puzzle here and then head towards the furnace area. Wave was in Vault. Baja here opening up the gate to Chozo, or Chapel of the Elders. And has Plasma, so can grab Chozo Ice Temple here as well. Baja finding another E-tank here. And just a missile on lower furnace. And that is Ice Beam in Chapel of the Elders. That is all beams and all ball upgrades for Baja. Can't quite tell what's the top of furnace. If I were to guess, well, it doesn't quite look like a nothing item. It looks suit shaped to me. I could be wrong though. Tryrex gonna do some standable terrain here. And it is Gravity Suit. Now, hopefully, for Tryrex, that Gravity Suit hints towards Frigate Crash Site, and they'll go back and find their boost. Now, gravity is not logically required for Frigate Crash Site, but it is an easy check to forget. Baja, meanwhile, has their Ice Beam. It's going to be heading towards Ice Ruins West. Or actually, Ice Ruins East first. Well, the only thing logically required to access Frigate Crash Site is Morphin missiles, so... And it looks like they are heading that way, so they will be picking up boost here in a moment. And there's the boost ball for Tryrex. Baja in Fendrana Canyon now. We'll see what's here. Nothing too useful. We're gonna turn around here. Yeah, boost is not immediately useful for Tryrex, but it is logically required for labs to go through the observatory. BajaBlood using some standable terrain here to get to the Fendrana Ruined Courtyard item. Tryrex also picking up their main PBs from Root Cave. Unfortunately, it does not have plasma, so not quite able to get the Varia suit yet. BajaBlood, meanwhile, starting labs. Labs has 6 checks, so we'll see what they end up being. And Baja, luckily having ice from Chapel of the Elders, is able to go all the way through labs and into Farfandrana, which we do have one artifact in labs and one artifact in Storage Cave in Farfandrana. Now, Baja doesn't have supers to grab the Hydra item here, but can peek it with X-Ray. And it is just an E-Tank, so doesn't need to worry about coming back for it. Tryrex, meanwhile, back in Chozo. Hopefully they'll find their way to Vault and get rewarded with that Wave Beam. And it looks like that's where they're heading right now. Baja going for the Observatory Dash here. Gravity was in Upper Furnace, which Tryrex has grabbed. BajaBlood getting the first scan dash, and the second one. Nicely done. Tryrex now having wave, hopefully thinks about Tower Chamber. It looks like they're going towards Watery Hall instead. Maybe thinking Flagra or Crossway, maybe? One more attempt at the standable terrain there. Tryrex heading to Far Chozo. Can check Crossway with Wave. And then can look at the antechamber item. And, hope it's Ice Beam. As we already know, it is not. But that is a check that they can do. and E-Tank and Crossway. Baja now heading into Far from Drona. Gonna pick up the artifact in Storage Cave, and we'll see what else they find. Just a power bomb under the ice in Frost Cave. They could choose to do Thardus. Thardus isn't in logic until Thermal Visor, though. So within turning logic, the logic does require visors for all visor lock checks. So need thermal for Thardus and conduits, and then X-ray for seeing invisible platforms. And yes, Quarantine Monitor is in logic with grapple. Baja picking up their third artifact. Tryrex has activated the wave slot. Looks like they're going to go check Antechamber. And just a missile in Security Cave. And that's Wavebuster in Antechamber. Tryrex heading back now. E-Tank on upper gravity chamber. Baja's gonna go ahead and grab it. And I believe just a nothing in the vanilla gravity check. Baja not having gravity but having boost makes him move a little bit quicker through the water. Tryrex heading back towards Gathering Hall. We'll see what they choose to do next. Maybe thinking Flagra at this point. and that is Flamethrower in Transport Access. Baja has validated the run. And Tryrex indeed going for the Flogger play. Baja's going to be checking Quarantine Monitor here. And just missiles. And Baja deciding not to do Thardus. Let's get a move on. Going to be taking the elevator into Workstation here. Baja has the ability to... they could either go directly into mines, or they can make a detour. They'll probably check Workstation, but could also check Plasma Processing as well. And look like just missiles and Workstation. Baja looks to be heading towards Plasma Processing now. And with space jump boots here, Tryrex can just jump to the outside of the bomb slots and lay a bomb. Baja using a bit of standable terrain and a couple of slub jumps to get up to the top a little bit quicker. And just an A-tank. And Tryrex finishing off the Flogger fight. We'll get to see what the item is here in a moment. BajaBlood's going to be heading into Phazon mines here through the Phazon Processing Center elevator. And just missiles on Flagra. We'll see if Tryrex goes for the Chozo Ghost fight. Nice health refill here from those boxes. And Tryrex using the Spider Ball here to go down the Spider Ball track. Now, you don't quite need to go down that far. So that top section of the track, if you roll all the way down to the bottom and just roll back up, that is enough to trigger the ghost fight. BajaBlood now entering Elite Control. We'll see if they choose to go for Elite Control access and go to Upper Mines, or if they choose Lower Mines. And looks like they're going towards Lower Mines. They do have all the equipment to full clear Lower Mines. Couldn't quite tell what was there in Vent Shaft, but Baja did do a double tank. Yeah, we do have the artifact and fungal hull access, so I definitely agree with the play to go to Lower Mines first. And I believe that is Supers in Vent Shaft. Other than the Supers for Baja, I don't believe so. Baja sees nothing of use in the central dynamo check. It's going to just bypass the fight and continue towards the rest of Lower Mines. Using a nice super missile there to take out the firing squad. Baja getting grabbed by the Metroids there, luckily able to stay on the platform. Tryrex now checking the gallery tunnel. Gonna pick up the power bomb expansion there. And Baja coming up on artifact number 4 here. Needs to be a little bit careful. With Varia, doesn't have the Phazon resistance without the Phazon suit, and only 10% damage reduction, so the Phazon can do quite a bit of damage. And it looks like Tryrex is now going for the tower chamber. Going to be finding Plasma Beam. Tryrex now getting their Plasma Beam. Baja checking Fungal Hull B here. And it is Thermal Visor. So, not going to have to worry about doing Essence without Thermal. Baja needs to be a little bit careful here. Baja, luckily, needs to be a little careful with the plasma pirates, but coming up on a safe station here. Yeah, they could choose to save warp out, but being that Phazon suit can be anywhere, I wouldn't be surprised if they just go for Omega Pirate. Baja taking the save there. Tryrex with their plasma beam is going to be heading to Root Cave here. And Tryrex going for the Arbor Chamber there. Going to be rewarded with the Varia suit. BajaBlood, meanwhile, starting the Omega Pirate fight. Tryrex picking up their Varia suit now. Probably going to be heading in to the Twin Fires elevator. BajaBlood going for the Supers one cycle, so shot 2 missiles there and then a super. Just needs 2 more super missiles, and that is enough to defeat Omega Pirate. And nicely done by BajaBlood. And just a missile expansion on Omega Pirate. And I don't believe they dropped down to check PCA, so we'll get to see what that is as well. And just a missile and PCA. So Baja can choose to go back for the super checks. Maybe clear out Varchozo as they haven't been there yet. Or they could choose to go to Upper Mines and then exit out into the Life Grove area. Tryrex now checking their hints here. Tryrex going for the Warrior Shrine and Upper Fiery Shores checks. Unfortunately, fell off the bridge into the lava, so it's going to have to make the climb again. Tryrex having a little bit of trouble with the climb there. BajaBlood just finding missiles in Elite Control Access. Yeah, Phazon could be in. So we have an artifact in cargo freight, but Phazon could definitely be in Hydro Access Tunnel or Biohazard Containment. Yeah, Toaster making a good point there. Baja found Super's Event Shaft, but they have not been logically useful yet. So I think Biohazard is a very good guess. I don't think either runner X-rayed the tree. Now, Baja coming from the upper door into Elite Research here. There is the barrier there, so they're doing what's called an infinite boost clip, where you kind of lock yourself against the collision and just boost, and eventually it'll get you enough speed to clip through. Tryrex picking up their first artifact in Transport Tunnel A there, and is going to be heading into Fendrona Shorelines. So Gravity was in the upper furnace check up on the top of the spider ball track puzzle. Baja seeing a suit-shaped object in the upper elite research check. Could be Phazon, could be a nothing. It's hard to tell with X-ray unless you get fairly close. And it is a nothing item. Baja choosing to skip the Phazon elite. Oh, does Baja not have a PB? I mean, they have mains and 2 expansions. But, I mean, it is possible, and I think fairly unlikely that it doesn't have a power bomb available. But yeah, now that you point out, he was breaking the boxes there, so definitely could have been looking for a power bomb. Oh, and yeah, Baja is indeed out of power bombs. Always unfortunate we have to farm. Prime drop system is very finicky and it can be very difficult to get a power bomb sometimes. Tryrex now climbing up the Chozo Ice Temple. Gonna grab the Chozo Ice Temple check and probably go into Chapel of the Elders and find their Ice Beam. And there's a power bomb. Baja now having two to spare. Tryrex getting their fourth E-Tank in Chozo Ice Temple there, heading into Chapel of the Elders now where they will find Wave or Ice Beam. So for artifacts today we've got Phendrana Shorelines, Cargo Freight Lift Deck to Gamma, Research Lab Aether, Transport Tunnel A, Storage Cave, and Fungal Hull Access. So pretty spread out. And Baja Blood, unfortunately, just a missile expansion on the Phazon Elite. It's not exactly the thing you want to see after spending time having to farm power bombs. And Tryrex getting rewarded with the Ice Beam in Chapel of the Elders there. Tryrex just routed differently. And just a missile in Security Access A. So Baja has main Coria left here in Mines, and then we'll be likely be heading in towards the Life Grove area. And maybe thinks about Frigate. Without gravity, it's not logical, but if they are capable of traversing it gravityless, then that is an option. And just an E-Tank and main Quarry. Tryrex saying that Phendrana Canyon isn't of much value and is going to move on. Baja, now back in Talon Overworld, has access to Great Tree Chamber and all of the life growth checks. And just a missile on Great Tree Chamber. And Baja choosing not to do Life Grove, or, oh, again, having to farm for the Powerbomb drop. Yeah, it's very unfortunate when you run out of power bombs, because then you end up spending a lot of time farming, for several checks. So what I believe TGC is referring to is in the deck. Oh, I forget all the frigate names. There's the tall room right after Hydro Access Tunnel. You can jump up far enough to get stuck on the collision, and then you just slowly float up to the upper portion of that room. And just an E-Tank on the Life Grove. Um, second check here. Tryrex, meanwhile, back in Magmor. Looks like they're going to the front of Magmor, going to be able to grab Triclops Pit, Storage Cavern, and Lava Lake. Yes, Tryrex did do Flagra and Ghosts, and I believe 2 missiles on both of them. Could be wrong, but not very worth. Nothing of value on Flagra. Another E-Tank in Storage Cavern. Tryrex having 4 is deciding to not pick it up. Baja picking up Wave Buster and Anti-Chamber there. Baja choosing to go towards Overgrown Cavern. And then they could either choose to do Gravityless Frigate from the front, or they go back into Chozo for some of the far Chozo checks that they missed. So maybe checking Overgrown Cavern and then jumping back into the elevator. And just a missile on Lava Lake, so the front of Magmor not really panning out for Tryrex here. And looks like Baja is heading into Frigate. So without gravity, they can fairly easily grab the artifact in Cargo Freight. We'll see if they choose to continue further. So Baja has full cleared Fendrana except for Thardus, has full cleared mines, has done everything but Furnace and Farchozo, and then Frigate. So we've seen pretty much most of the game at this point. Yeah, climbing Gamma Freight is not too bad if you do it with bombs. Because without gravity, there's plenty of collision there to get you stuck all the way up, and you can basically just infinite bomb jump all the way up. Baja picking up artifact number 5. Curious if they're going to save here and go for Gravityless Frigate, or if they are just grabbing the artifact and warping out. And looks like Baja is just warping out. So Gravity is Upper Furnace. And looks like Baja choosing to go back into Magmor. Has not gotten the early Magmor items. And then we'll probably take the elevator back up into Chozo and go do the other checks. I don't believe they haven't even done Zoid yet, so they've got quite a few checks in Chozo that they can still do. Uh, what artifact does Baja not have? I'm pretty sure at this point Baja's picked up every artifact. Oh, did they not get shorelines? Oh, was it Lighthouse? I did miss that. So yeah, now having supers can grab that artifact. Tryrex choosing to go into Farfandrana from the workstation elevator. Tryrex going to grab the quarantine monitor item here. I believe it was just a missile, if I remember correctly. And Tryrex also deciding to skip Thardus. Tryrex picking up the flamethrower in transport access there, going to validate their run as well. And Baja now picking up their 6th artifact. All they need is Phazon Suit to finish the game. And choosing to save warp out. So we'll see where they decide to go now. Tryrex heading into Gravity Chamber. There is an E-Tank for the upper item, and I believe a nothing for the lower. Baja seems to be probably going to climb Frigate Crash Site and go back in through the overgrown cavern elevator to Reflecting Pool, do the Farchozo checks. And maybe once Baja finds gravity on Furnace, then that incentivizes them a little bit to go back, or a little bit more to go back for Frigate. Baja now heading into Hall of the Elders. It's got 2 checks left there. Tryrex, meanwhile, climbing Phadrana's Edge, going to grab their 2nd artifact in Storage Cave. Baja having X-Ray and Super Seer makes the ghost fight pretty simple. Looks like going to be going for the cutscene overlap here. This allows you to activate the ice slot to start turning the puzzle, but then you also get the reposition from the initial cutscene. And just an E-Tank and Hall of the Elders. Baja now going for the Elder Chamber check. And just a missile in Elder Chamber. Baja coming up on Furnace here. Going to see the gravity suit in the upper Furnace check. Tryrex, meanwhile, entering labs from Research Core. Going to be able to grab their third artifact in Lab Aether. Uh, Baja, not too happy about that gravity suit there. Tryrex double checking to see what their last few artifacts are. Baja now going for Zoid. Magma Pool has not been checked yet. And Baja does have all the equipment required to get Magma Pool and both Training Chamber access and Training Chamber. Sees there's just a nothing item behind Zoid. And we'll soon find out that the Vanilla Bombs check is just missiles. And BajaBlood finishing up Zoid there. So the name Zoid comes from the developer who programmed both um, the incinerator drone fight and the central dynamo fight. So yeah, it's a nickname of a developer. BajaBlood now going for the upper dynamo check, as they weren't able to check it earlier in the run. Yeah, I do know at least the maze, which is what I meant to say. I'm not sure if they had direct involvement with the drone, but Baja running out of checks here. There's not too much left in the game that he hasn't seen already. Baja now heading into Magma Pool and Training Chamber area. Yeah, so Baja hasn't seen Biohazard, Hydro Access Tunnel, the Training Chamber checks here, Flagra, Thardis, and the main plaza tree. And just need tank and Training Chamber. So for Baja, originally he just did front Chozo aside from the tree, and then up to Watery Hall. Baja going for some standable terrain here to get the fountain item. It is just Ice Spreader. It is nice to have for Exo sometimes, but choosing to forego it for the sake of time. And Baja now opening up the tree and finds just missiles there. Tryrex back in Talon. Looks like they're checking their map, seeing where the cargo freight deck is. Curious what Baja's thinking now. Maybe they take the Lava Lake elevator and work to start from there and do Frigate? Oh, looks like they're going for Flagra from the reverse side. Unfortunately, not much on Flagra, so it's not going to pay off for Baja. And Tryrex picked up the missile in Overgrown Cavern and is choosing to go into Farchozo. Maybe thinking Life Grove and then do Frigate from the reverse side. So what's happening here is because Baja has entered Flagra from the backside, they haven't been near the door that triggers the start of the fight. So this allows you to jump to the bomb slots and not have to worry about Flagra's AI. Baja finishing up the bomb shots there, gonna go to the front door to trigger the fight, and this will just finish it off. Tryrex doing the all of the elders and elder chamber checks. BajaBlood seems just a missile expansion on Flagra. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Baja's got Thardus and Biohazard and Hydro Access Tunnel. I think those are the only three checks left that Baja hasn't seen. Baja finishing up the ghost fight here. And I see that it is just a missile on ghosts as well. Yeah, those shots of frustration there. Baja going into the lava lake elevator there. Maybe thinking about doing Thardus now. Or it could be just using the... And looks like they are going to just use the save station to warp to start. Probably going to go through Frigate at this point. And Tryrex heading into Frigate now. Tryrex getting bullied there by the turrets. All right, Baja coming up on the biohazard containment check here. And just a missile and biohazard. Yeah, Baja went for frigate because it's 2 checks versus 1 long check. Tryrex getting artifact number 4 in the cargo freight. And I believe the only 2 they have left is Bungle Hall Access and Shorelines. And Shorelines is super locked with supers in Vent Shaft. Alright, BajaBlood now entering Hydro Access Tunnel. And just a power bomb expansion. So I believe at this point, all we've got left is Thardus. Yeah, supers indeed in Vent Shaft. Tryrex going to use X-ray here to peek biohazard, sees it's just a missile. Probably relieved that they don't have to come back for that. And Baja just choosing to traverse through Magmore. Yeah, I guess not, so I'll do these checks real quick. Seeing that there's not much value in the front of Magmore, I think at this point they just have Thardus. I don't recall if BajaBlood peaked Phazon Mining Tunnel, but Phazon Suit cannot be here on Tourney Logic. Now, so it used to be in beginner with 13E tanks. That has since been removed. Phase on mining tunnel without phase on now starts on intermediate with 12. Yeah, I think I mentioned it yesterday that it used to be on beginner logic, but it has since been removed in recent versions of the randomizer. Tryrex now heading into Life Grove. Just a missile expansion in Life Grove Tunnel. Baja now entering Fendrana from the workstation elevator. Gonna put them right next to Thardus. Well, in addition to Tryrex needing phase on, they need to get an artifact and supers from lower mines and then go all the way back to shorelines. So I think at this point, this is Baja's race to lose. And Baja just using bombs here to break open the rocks to the visible stage, which is it's a good way to bypass thermal if you don't have it. That way you don't have to free aim the weak points. And Tryrex, meanwhile, entering mines from the front in the main quarry side. And BajaBlood using a power bomb there to skip the last phase and has finished the Thardus fight. And as long as I haven't missed any checks, this should be phase on suit. And there is the phase on suit. And Baja with the plasma shots of frustration there, definitely understandable. You know, it's always a little frustrating when you last location um, your progression item, especially phase on suit. Baja going to work to start from here and start final bosses. Tryrex picking up the missile expansion in Security Access A. Gonna be moving on towards Storage Depot A and then the um, Elite Research checks. Baja now entering the Ridley fight. Gonna start off with plasma shots here. Now, for some reason, Ridley is weak to Boost Ball, or is vulnerable to Boost Ball. And Boost Ball does something like 50,000 damage per frame. It's an insane amount of damage, which allows you to skip all the way to the ground phase. I believe it would theoretically kill Ridley completely if there wasn't the cap at the last quarter of the health. Baja with a very nice fight, making quick work of Ridley. Tryrex, unfortunately, triggering the AI for the Phase 1 Elite, so it's going to have to deal with the attacks there. Baja now entering the impact crater. Yeah, I think it's likely that Baja will finish sub 2. Baja going to use a slope jump here and some standable terrain to skip the lower portion of the climb here for Phase Encore. Now has 77 missiles. Could opt for a refill, having a max of 175. But 77 should be plenty for the fight, so... And especially with last locationing phase on suit, I don't blame them for skipping the missile refill there. Now, Baja is in the Metroid Prime exoskeleton portion of the fight, and so Exo has 4 subchambers. In subchamber 1, Exo is vulnerable to power and wave. Third subchamber adds ice. Third subchamber adds plasma. And then fourth is it's kind of a free for all. EXO can can change vulnerabilities, can speed up, can dash it at any moment. Tryrex is in ore processing, ore processing, and is using the bomb slots there to rotate the platforms, and then you can use the spider ball to get up the room. And then Tryrex just using the grapple there to skip the last section and just gets a missile in Storage Depot B. Baja now heading into Subchamber 4 here. Tryrex using rapid fire missiles there to quickly dispatch of the elite pirate. And now going to be heading towards Vent Shaft where they will be rewarded with super missiles. And Baja finishing up the Exo fight there, nicely done. Tryrex picking up their super missiles and Vent Shaft. Well, Tryrex still hasn't found Phazon suit, so not quite. They're getting there. And what Baja's doing here is something called attack cancels. So Essence essentially has a set number of attacks before laying the next pool. So doing the attack cancels there kind of speeds that up and allows Essence to lay the pool quicker. Baja now stepping in and out of the pool, doing what we call pool cancels. And what that does is it essentially extends the life of the pool, allows you to get in as much damage as possible. And BajaBlood has finished with an official racetime.gg time of 1:55:09. And we are joined by Baja. Welcome.
GG's. I hope you all enjoyed that scenic
Yeah, GG's.
single check in Metroid Prime.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts? What are you thinking right now?
Oh yeah. It's hard to not feel behind when you literally last location phase on suit, but I guess
Yeah, I
this
get
was not a
that.
play that Tryrex made either. Yeah, it was a pretty generous start, but just did not find phase on suit.
Yeah, the phase on hunt is definitely real.
I was a little annoyed by not getting that little jump there in Ruin Fountain to get the full tracker. My spreader had to live out its life there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, reasonably happy with how I routed. I think there's a big blunder. I think to do cargo freight when I did, I should have just like finished out Farchozo. For some reason, I was thinking it would be like quick to get back there, and then I realized it wasn't. So having to go back there was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Also, I hope you appreciate me getting shot down by a pirate in Frigate Crash Site for picking up the Wave Buster for you, Loki. Just, uh, just got to meme a little bit.
Not sure if Tryrex is going to join us for an interview. I will find out.
Oh, I was really hoping for a not 2 hour scene. It's like kind of want to
Yeah.
do it after this interview, but so it goes. That is how Rando is. I guess just do Thardis maybe, but I don't think this is actually going to change my opinion about doing Thardis. It's just so slow.
Yeah, I mean, Rando's all about gambles, and I think a lot of runners, myself included for the most part, tend to skip bosses because of the time commitment.
Yeah. Like, I definitely think doing OP while you're down there, just so you never have to think about mines again, probably makes sense. But yeah, I don't really regret skipping Ferris and Flagra. And I got baited by that grav suit, thinking it must have been in like Biohazard. I was like very suspicious of super checks being phase on suit, because supers were
Yeah,
so
yeah, that
late.
was.
And so I'm like, all right, I need to do like tree and ghosts. Um, and then once I got grav, I'm like, okay, I need to do biohazard. But all of those were incorrect.
Yeah, that was the speculation from me in the chat was phase on behind supers.
Yeah. And then I was terrified the whole race because I just like never really had a great opportunity to do like Triclops pit and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, if Phazon's just been there the whole time, I am so in trouble. But I don't think I did
Yeah,
those
that would
until like
definitely be
15 minutes before the
unfortunate.
end. But yeah, GG's to Tryrex.
Yeah, GG's. I believe Tryrex is going to be joining the French restream for an interview. So I think we are going to start wrapping up things here.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I don't think I have a ton else to talk about with C, but thanks for commenting and thanks Loki for tracking. And GG Tryrex. Good luck in
Yeah,
the rest
big
of the
shout outs
tournament.
to Lo here for helping track. I am posting a couple of links in the chat there. Obviously, follow the runners, Tryrex67 and BajaBlood. Got Lo here on tracking. And then there's also the link to the challenge for the bracket and the schedule so you can see what upcoming races there are. And also, if you maybe want to get into the randomizer, consider joining the Discord there. It's a fantastic community, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It is a really nice community. They've a lot of people have helped me learn this game. Wouldn't have been able to do it with all the help I've gotten from people. So yeah, definitely check it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, definitely. So as far as matches, we've got, I believe, Digglerath versus Arrow Razor happening right now on SpeedGaming 4. And then tomorrow we've got Seaseek versus Xeno Wars at 3 p.m. EDT. Astor versus Mighty Caesar 37 at 5:30. And Fizy versus Speckled Jim at 8 p.m. So be sure to watch out for those. And in the meantime, we will see you next mission.
All right, take care, everybody.